What's going on, everybody? Grim Repair here. Today we're going to show you how to change the brakes on the front of your Kia Soul. That's going to be pads and rotors. There'll be links down below to all the tools and parts used in the video. If it helps you out, be sure to give it a like. First thing you're going to do is pop your hood and loosen the cap on your brake reservoir. Tools you're going to need are a 21mm to remove the lug nuts. You don't need an impact, but it makes it quicker. 14mm, 17mm, that's another 14mm. One of these impact screwdrivers. A engine cleaning wire brush. I use these vice grips, brake parts cleaner, caliper grease, a way to compress the brake pistons, pads and rotors, and a jack and a jack stand, and some towel, and a hammer, and a bungee. Now we're going to jack the front of the car up. Put it right here on the engine cradle. Since we're jacking the front up and this is a front wheel drive car, you're going to need to put something behind the back wheels to keep it from rolling away, or use the emergency brake. I use the other jack stand to keep it from rolling away. Like that. Now we're going to slide the other jack stand underneath the car, just in case. Put it right there on the frame rail, or subframe rail. Now we're going to take 21mm, remove the lug nuts. Now we're going to take this impact screwdriver, turn it to left, put it in there on those rotor holding screws. These are really only on here to keep them from falling off when the car's on the assembly line, but you can put them back if you want, or you can leave them out. That one's out. That one's out. Now we're going to take the 14mm and remove the two caliper holding bolts here. We'll slide the caliper up and grab the inner pad, put it into the caliper. I'm going to take the brake caliper compressor here and compress the brake piston. Now we're going to take this bungee and secure the caliper to the coil here. Slide out the outer pad. Now we're going to take the 17mm and remove the caliper mounting bracket bolts back here. There are two of them. Give you a little more room if you turn the wheel this way. Now the rotor's going to slide off. Before you open the rotor, line it up with the old one. Make sure they're the same size. We're good. So I'm going to go ahead and open this bag. And this one is coated with a grease to keep it from rusting while it sits on the shelf. So you're going to take your brake parts cleaner and a rag and clean that off. On both sides. All right, now we're going to gonna put the rotor back on. I'm gonna go ahead and put these screws back in. And give them a quick tap, tighten them down. Next, we're going to remove these clips since our pads came with new ones. And we're going to pull our caliper slides out. And this one has a rubber boot on it, so it's a little more stuck in there. That's what the vice grips were for. There we go. There's the rubber boot. Keep everything organized and you'll remember where it goes. Pull these boots off of here. Make cleaning these a little bit easier. Set it down so all that can drain back out. Pop these boots back in. If they're ripped, get some new ones. Now we're going to grease up these slide pins with some caliper grease. Get a little extra on the tip. Push it back in. Spin it around, go in and out, spread it around. Do the same thing to the other one. All right, we're gonna put these clips on. They just slide right on. Pads hold them in once they're in place. Now we're going to put the caliper mounting bracket back up there. Grab your new pads. The one with the warning bar here goes on the inside. Make sure you have the right side. Passenger and driver side are opposite. And they just slide in on top of those clips. You kind of have to move these out of the way when you're putting them in. You can use a flathead screwdriver or your finger if you can get it in there. Kind of show you what I'm talking about here. There you go. They're both in. Take the caliper down. Slide it into place. 2 caliper mounting bolts back in. Don't forget to tighten up the caliper mounting bracket bolts. We just got them in there loosely. We're going to go back and tighten those. Alright, now we're going to tighten the caliper bolts. Not going crazy, just get them snug. I can find the torque specs, I'll put them here on the screen. Don't forget your bungee cord if you're using one back here. Now we're going to put the wheel back on. Get the lug nuts started by hand so you don't cross thread anything. And tighten them to the vehicle manufacturer's torque specs. All right, now you're gonna go do the same thing on the other side. When you're done with that, and put your brake reservoir lid, tighten it back up, and before you drive off, you're gonna wanna pump the brakes until they're firm, and that's it. High five, you did it. Thanks for watching.